Hey, horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Awake. Yes, hopefully, I will not put you to sleep and keep you awake here, but we'll see. Um, Cast and crew information down below as usual, and let's see what this IMDb plot says. After a devastating global event wiped out all electronics and eliminated people's ability to sleep, a former soldier may have found a solution with her daughter. That's not good if her daughter's the solution. That's going to lead to some drama, and it certainly does. Um, let's see, another Netflix movie. No shocker here. Netflix is winning the day. Let's see if we can find a Amazon movie to review. But I kind of go back and forth, so we'll see. I've tried. I've tried. We'll see if I can find something. Anyway, more Netflix here. So another Netflix movie, and this one here on IMDb is listed as action, adventure, drama, sci-fi, and thriller. So I guess I'm kind of doing this under the thriller, sci-fi, and maybe partially adventure or action. I guess it's not horror. I guess again, kind of pushing the boundaries here, uh, but you know, trying to cover bases here and kind of give you guys, um, some opinions on some other things here. Um, so let's see. This one kind of starts off and following Jill, and she's a mom who's basically been separated from her two kids, a young girl and a teenage son, and they're basically living with, I think she's the grandmother, um, but the grandmother is the legal guardian because Jill has done some bad things, and while on one side she's a mom, she loves her children and wants to do best for them. uh, she's maybe found it hard to kind of leave whatever bad things she's done in her past behind, and you kind of got to get that picture early on that she's still up to no good, and I think it has to do mostly with dealing drugs and stealing and selling drugs, um, even though she doesn't really look like a drug dealer or whatever. Um, but yeah, she's kind of got that, and she is an ex-soldier here, an ex-military person, and maybe that she's found it hard to kind of um, be a part of the regular world and survive here. They don't really dive into it too much, but they kind of give you sprinkling in of who she is and obviously what's going on here. So early on in the movie, you see her and she picks up the two kids, and they're in the car, they're driving, and you're going to pick up early as this goes on. The young girl is Matilda, and her son is Noah, and early on you're going to kind of see that the young girl is appreciating the love of her mom and everything her mom is doing, while the boy is kind of holding a grudge and saying, well, you're not really my mom, and you've never really been there for me, and kind of being a brat and so forth. So you're going to really kind of see that dynamic, and they're just kind of driving along, and then bam, they get in a big car accident and end up in the water. Um, the they play it a little bit dramatic, and finally get out. The mom and the son get out. They make it to shore. When they make it to shore, they see that the daughter has already made it to shore, but been pulled out by some police men. They've given her CPR, and she makes it. She's alive, and of course, everybody's looking around. There's a bunch of cars that are in an accident. You kind of see that all the electronics kind of went down and so forth. Um, no cars are moving and no cars are working anymore. So you're wondering what the hell is happening here. Um, then it gets kind of awkward here because, and I think the awkward thing for this story is that um, maybe they should have done a thing where they showed you how much time had passed, because they kind of play with the convenience of time is passing um, a lot more than maybe you're thinking. Like you're thinking that maybe it's only been a day or two, where they're kind of playing it off as time is maybe moving a little bit quicker. Um, because the whole theme here is that people can't sleep because of whatever the hell just happened. Um, and they don't really give a clear cut explanation of what happened or why whatever that happened. It just becomes an event that happened because, um, which is a little disappointing. But I don't think that you have to. There's nothing written in the book that every movie has to give you a clear cut explanation. It's certainly not the first movie that has. Um, but um, it never really becomes why that event happened. It becomes a solution to where we're going forward here, and so no one can sleep. There's only two people that can sleep in this movie, supposedly, or where the events take place, even though this is a global situation here. And one is a woman that we've not met, and you don't meet her for some time, and the other is the young daughter here. Now, it's a convenience of facts here that Jill so happens to know or work in a lab where they're going to be, when these events happen, they're going to be quickly involved with helping the military, who finds out this woman um, can sleep, and to start research on her. So this is like what I say about the timing of things being a little weird, because it seems like that happens awfully quick and out of nowhere, that they would know that this woman can still sleep, even though you feel like maybe no days have passed. So when have people been sleeping exactly, or maybe one day has passed. So maybe like, why are people freaking out that one day they couldn't sleep, and why do they need to do all these experiments all of a sudden when it's just been like one day? Or at least they make it feel like it's only been like a day. You would think that maybe after a couple of days this would become a problem, and so forth, but it becomes very focused on that, and maybe not anything else. So yeah, the movie does make its takes its liberties here and there. So um, I guess if you're a stickler for this kind of thing, and looking for things that don't make sense, or reasons to complain, I guess that's kind of one of them, or at least. And I guess I'm kind of doing it by pointing it out. They're taking their liberties here and there, and I know that. Well, how long is this thing? This thing's just over an hour and a half. So I guess maybe to fit everything in, they didn't have enough time, or whatever. Could have been saved by maybe doing a thing where putting the time down in the bottom corner, or in the days, or maybe they didn't want to make it too specific. But yeah, so the people here, um, uh, they make it clear that the more days everybody's awake, the more crazier people are going to be. You're going to not be as sharp. Some people are going to be really, really crazy. Other people are just, everybody's going to kind of react in a different way, but basically, you're going to lose your mind in one way or the other. So as this goes on, like the mom, is very concerned for the daughter, and obviously since she can sleep, she assumes that she's going to live through whatever events, and however long this is going to take before everybody kind of goes crazy and dies. She kind of becomes panicky, and it's like, you have to learn how to do this, and you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to shoot a gun, and don't do this, and don't do that. And the daughter's just not ready for all that, and the daughter's not ready to accept that her mom's not going to be there, the world's going to change, but also that it's just too much pressure and too much short time, and she doesn't want to. She's young, and she's just not ready for all this pressure. Um, the other thing here is the decision. Early on, they're faced. Uh, the young boy, the son, kind of mentions it to the wrong person that the daughter can sleep, and then the daughter kind of gets put in a situation where people know that she can't sleep. And again, it's really early on, so you just wonder why everybody's so focused on that and whatever. But people are, and causes a chaotic scene early on, and kind of puts them on the run. And so it's what's to do with the daughter now that she can't sleep? Does she become part of the experimenting, or do they kind of keep her on the run? Um, so there's decision to be made there. So yeah, it does become a kind of a little bit of an adventure here, and a little bit of a fight for survival, because people are going crazy. There are going to be people turning on each other, people willing to kill each other. Um, you know, bad people are going to be let out of the world. Um, but then there are good people out there as well. So you're going to have to see who the bad guys are, who the good guys are, and you know, it all becomes basically a search for the solution here, and how people are going to survive it. And it's very interesting what they do. And I guess you don't really know it from, you don't know a whole lot about uh, the other woman that can sleep here. You just know that it's another woman and that they're going to be experimenting on her. You don't really know too much about her. Later on, you find something, and then if you kind of think about it and think about the little girl, you're going to be you might be clued in almost before they kind of figure this thing out. And again, I'm trying to be as spoiler free as possible. I don't think I've given anything away. But you will eventually see what the solution to this problem is, and it's kind of it will make sense, and it's there before your eyes. It's not the easiest solution, certainly not as clear cut. But I guess one of the things they also kind of, where the movie leaves off is and I guess because it's not an easy solution, it's kind of like, okay, so we've given you the solution, now the movie ends, because it's really going to be hard to, I guess, further tell you how the rest of the world is going to survive or not survive, given said solution. So yeah, again, maybe taking a little bit of liberty with the end of the movie. So yeah, I think it's an okay watch. The acting is okay. Um, you know, there are gonna be those dramatic moments, a little bit of action and an adventure. Then there's gonna be those other moments where it's like, whatever. And it certainly takes its liberties, and if you're already thinking that you might sit there and complain about this and that, then maybe you don't want to watch it. I don't think I necessarily complained as I was watching it. It's just kind of after the fact and thinking about what I just watched, I was like, yeah, this and that, and okay. I think the overall idea is pretty interesting and so forth, and I can see, why they did this, and why it kind of fits the movie and making a movie and so forth. But again, I just think that they took some liberties here and there, and just maybe didn't fill in all the blanks there. And because of that, I think I'm just going to give it 2 pools of blood. You know, if you're looking for something new and kind of sci-fi and you want to turn it on, go ahead. I'm not gonna. It's certainly not bad and boring or anything like that. But I think just because it kind of takes some of those liberties and whatever, it kind of holds me back from maybe giving it a higher rating. And again, that's 2 pools of blood out of 5. So if you're still awake, that's the rating. If you've fallen asleep, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it. And as usual, horoscorecreviews.blogspot.com, where you can find more of these reviews, more written reviews. If you're looking for more written ones than these video ones, obviously subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it if you like the video reviews. Even if you just want to see what the ratings are, you can always fast forward to the end. I don't mind. And see what I've given it. Twitter, Facebook, information down below again if you want to reach out to me there, talk horror, talk about anything else. In the horror community, horror world, I'm happy to do so. Comment section as well if you have something for me to review. If I can do so, I will. And yeah, I guess that's it. And I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.